on the SI as they come in, and you could actually move on. But with it being said, we will be going live here with the game yet again. Team Aniimu versus Team Clarity, and we will be seeing Team Clarity over on the Survivor side first. I only know that because Rugby's there, and of course Aniimu has ANM in their name along with the tag hashtag. But regardless, once again, it's going to be an early tank here, so we will see what Team Aniimu can make happen here onto Team Clarity as soon as they decide to leave the safe room. And just like that, tank's up. That was the shortest lived tank spawning in the world. And actually looks like Clarity is going to get a little aggressive here. They're pushing downstairs. They do eat the boom, though. And Hunter does get shot in the face there by the shotgun of Francis.
Maybe just trying to clear out some common there.
Possibly. I think they were trying to look for some early chip or maybe a SI that spawned up a little bit earlier than the others. But didn't find anything except for the boomer.
Well, after this 10 minutes, we're going to be seeing a tri-cap of a kind coming in. And to support this tank, we'll see how that goes out.
Tank has committed. He's looking for a corner on the one of the survivors. Not going to find it, though. Two Hunters actually landing on the survivors off to the right there, with the smoker landing onto Zoe on the opposite side. So there is some good separation with a lot of damage actually coming out. Tank grabbing 2 more punches onto Bill, but that will be all the tank can actually muster here as he gets taken down by Team Clarity, and they're going to be able to push their way through the remainder of this apartment building, actually.
Sorry, I hesitated.
No, it's fine.
It's been a while.
I was sitting there, I'm like, come on, Deeping, you can do it.
You can do it.
And then I was like, fine, I'll do it. But no, it's fine. I know you haven't cast in a while, or at least to my knowledge. Yeah. So I don't expect you to be like a golden trophy, because none of us are.
Sure.
But anyway, Witch is up. The Witch is actually triggered onto Bill. Gets the hit onto him indeed. So that will be a full ACAP going on to Jaguar, but he did have the least HP as well. So it's pretty much the best of the worst that could have happened.
Yeah, that's good to get the health bonus down because other teams really going to need him. Was that A&M? How do you pronounce that?
Aniimu?
Aniimu?
Yep, there's an I and then, well, there's 2 I's and a U. Well, the 2 I's are before the M, and then the U is, obviously after the M. But with that, Team Clarity going to make their way into the safe room, or at least try to hit a smoker, pulling Lewis back out of the safe room. 2 Hunters going in, 1 finding a land onto Bill there, and smoker grabbing a repull on the Francis, but they will walk into the safe room with a hefty health bonus of 488. Pretty much the biggest we've seen between these 2 games, actually, and they actually walk away with a perfect score of 888 for the first map.
Shout out to Joe's average face. Joe's average face.
Joe's average face.
I'm watching chat.
Fair enough, fair enough. And let me go ahead and get EXE caster really fast.
We can take the subway tunnels to the hospital. There's a red line station not far from here. Sounds good.
Oh, he's got it.
See one of our foreign casters in?
Yep, he's a Russian commentator. He's trying to help out the community by bringing more games and just trying to be around wherever I am to help, bring more games to more places. And there's also a time when he's a caster as well. He shows up every once in a while too. But there's no big tournaments right now, so he's like kind of on the low side. But
nice.
Yeah, it's cool that Extrovert wants to actually go out there and help the community. So if you guys actually want to go ahead and follow his Twitch URL is actually twitch.tv/EXE Club. And once again, he's a Russian commentator, so you probably won't understand him unless you know Russian. But really cool guy. He's really eager to learn, and it's really cool to meet other people like that. And I forget what the Taiwanese his URL is. But he's actually a really cool guy. He's the one that actually made the intro video for the stream. Which you guys didn't see this time because I just said, screw it, we're not doing an intro. I was too busy talking. There we go. And it looks like we are ready now. Yep. The worst thing that could happen, and I did it. It was a cardinal sin that I haven't done in quite a while. But with that being said, we will see Team Aniimu pushing down on the safe from here and quickly triggering the tank. And one of the survivors actually shooting Lewis in the side there. And the AI Hunter obviously getting killed off there as soon as he ran up the staircase.
Thought it was a comment.
Another Hunter actually working his way in too, and he gets shut down as well. Jaguar actually going to take a different approach to this tank. Francis getting pulled up top on the top of the roof, and he will take a few ticks of damage there. But it looks like the survivors haven't noticed that Jaguar is actually rotating far around them. I don't know
This
what
is an interesting strat.
Is he gonna jump to
How
the
does he-
fire escape? No. He's he did, but he
Oh.
fell. Oh, he messed up. I actually have never seen a team do this, but now the survivors are wary of what he's doing. They probably caught a glimpse of him, if not, they hear him at the very least. And so Jaguar's gonna run.
Decent strat because they really don't have much sight on that, except for the guy on top of the apartment building.
Indeed. So the tank will be looking to commit here relatively soon. He's on top of the roof now with basically no chip to his name. He's only down to 5,900 HP, and he even still above that. I was actually just thinking of something really interesting. I wonder if he could climb to the top of that fire escape and then walk along that invisible line of the roof and then jump into the safe room. But I assume I'm assuming that this is safer. So we'll go with that. Smoker goes in looking for a pole, not going to find it though, immediately cleared. 100 does find the latch onto Francis, but gets cleared almost immediately. And Jaguar,
Got a rage rock.
Indeed, his rage is refilled, still on first pass. So we'll see what Jaguar can make happen here with this tank. We have Bill getting a little explorative down there. He did go down the staircase, and it looks like he wants his team to follow suit, and they will do just that.
They're trying to make him lose rage at this point. I don't know if Jacob's implemented any of his safe from rage mods. So, just being Leopard Dead.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what plugins exactly they covered over. Like, I don't know if when you leave the safe room, if you know what the SI have. Like, well, if it's a quad hunter, I don't know if they know that. But regardless, a boomer does go in, lands a single boom, and then proxy, or reproxies, I should say, onto the same person. So that will draw on a little bit of horde here. Jaguar's still just playing it safe. Yeah, they gotta get out of the safe room. Because his rage is not dropping at all.
Still not dropping.
Yeah, because Lewis is still there. Like, Lewis is in the safe room. You have to be, like, off the staircase completely.
Yeah. That would be the end of the safe.
Yeah, so right now, Aniimu having a little bit of a hard time with the tank. They're not too sure how to take it. But they haven't taken much chip, so they do have time to learn. And, you know, figure out what's going on here. Many tanks don't play this long. So I can understand why they're having a little bit of a hiccup here. Usually this is one of those tanks that just kind of commit right in because you're not going to get much anyway.
Well, I'll tell you this. Jacob fixed it. Jacob fixed it.
I don't know if it's meant to be fixed, though. Like, obviously they took the plugin out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually a really good strat for this. Say, he really doesn't have to commit at any time. And this goes back to, you know, dead sitter controversy whenever. Here we go. He looks like he's committing in. Going to get a rock off. Missing. The rest of the infected team's just waiting to hit it. Here they go. 100 launches. Looks like he's just going to chase them around and so he can get some health bonus off of. Can't talk, sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. And we see Jaguar grab a quick in-cap there out onto Francis, turns and tosses a rock towards Lewis, but Lewis does manage to dodge it, and that will be the dead tank. But they do
Looks like he
secure.
got stuck there at the end.
Yeah, he actually stopped moving, but he might have just given up because he knew he didn't have the HP, so that could have always been it. But yeah, we'll see Team Aniimu defeat the tank, not as cleanly as Team Clarity managed to do it, but nonetheless, they will move past the tank with some good health bonus still. So as long as they can... Oh, God.
Oh, I was going to say, they still got the rest of this map to go through. They're already lower on the health bonus mark.
Yeah, I
Wasn't
mean...
really... Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, yeah, as you were saying, they're actually 72 points down up from where Team Clarity actually managed to make the safe room. So they're definitely going to take a hit here, regardless of how big
Got
it
a
is.
quad cap coming in. Is that what I'm saying?
Actually, yeah, it is. We're going to have 3 hunters and a smoker on the witch. So if this crown does not go perfectly, but it does, it's going to be 1 hunter landing, another one going in, but one did get skied out of the air there. So that will completely nullify the chances of a quad ever happening with that attack. And survivors will be moving forward, and that should be safe room with some residual attack at the very end. It's going to be very, really rushed, to say the least.
Yep. Won't be a full hit.
There's a safe house.
I will be honest, I didn't even see the witch getting crowned. Maybe...
Yeah, Bill ran right up to it and grabbed it really fast there, but the Stars making the way to the safe room. Smoker's tongue getting cut, and 100 gets skied out of there. Another one getting caught on top of the shelf there and actually gets shot out of the air, and Smoker is dealt with it very easily. So we will see both teams make it to the safe room with 2 actually really respectable health bonuses, and only 96 points separating them two, or the 2 teams, I should say, after the first round. So actually a really close game here, and it's kind of what I expected because all these people are really well known in the community, and yeah, so we'll see what map 2 holds for us in a second here as it loads up. And yeah, let us know what you guys think in the chat who's going to win, because I know that a lot of you guys know Dark Angel. I know a lot of you know Rugby. They're both streamers. And all these people are really well known in the community. I'm sure some of you are Don fans because he's the owner of PWG. But yeah, let us know what you think.
I've heard of no one.
Really, you never heard of anyone in here?
No.
Really?
No one. Dark Angel, didn't he? I've seen him.
He's
play.
a streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris.
That's probably.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's all good. Go ahead.
Yeah, Chris is a longtime player. Doobie's a longtime player. Don been around a really long time as well. Once again, owner of the PWG group. Dark Angel streamer. He streams like every day for like 10 hours or something. He's nuts. And then of course on the other team you have Rugby, who is Miro's #1 or Miro's hater 1. I'm guessing that's supposed to be like Miro's #1 hater. Yeah, EXC's got it ready up. You got Razor, you got Nico, you got Jaguar, all really big names. And with that being said, we go live here with the second round. And for the first hit, it's going to be a default setup with Smoker Boomer 200, smoking a brief pull, pulling Zoe down off the top ledge there. But she will be unharmed as the Boomer actually goes ahead and reproxies. And the Hunter does land a quick pounce onto Lewis up top there, but does get cleared off. And that will allow Saras to continue the way down.
The red line will take us to mercy.
Witch is coming up here. Looks like they're going to get a free hit on this Witch if they can figure out which side she is on. Coming up in about... Which is going to probably give me... It is actually going to be up for this, so... Oh, she's farther back than I thought it was. Okay, I'm thinking like No Mercy 1 map distances.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she was going to be a little closer actually as well. I don't know why I threw her on the other side of this train. But regardless, we will see the survivors looking at the Witch, but they're not going to pull it just yet. Hunter does take a quick from the chip there, and Zoe does run in and grab the crown really quick there. So good play by her, and we have the quad cap coming in here though, but Smoker getting self-cleared there by Francis. Hunter getting skied out of there, another Hunter getting skied right in the face cam. And that will be the end of the attack.
Hey, there's weapons up.
Watch out!
Look out!
All the talk about Grizz in chat. Hey, Grizz is still on a really good... Well, he's still making his team. He's in the process of making it, so it's not done yet. But it could be a good team. But regardless, we'll see Team Clarity pushing the way up here, up the staircase. Meets the attack. Boomer got popped. Both Hunters getting skied out of the air. Team Clarity is just on point with their shotguns right now. The entire attack didn't even touch them at all. And they will trigger the event and then back down, go into the stairwell, which is where I'm assuming they're going to stay. And indeed they are.
No spitters, so they could pretty much hold out wherever.
Indeed.
So this is the holdout spot for L4D2 1 right here. It's a stairwell.
Well, actually, if you go down into the bottom floor here and look up to the right, there's an old closet, and that's actually where a lot of teams used to take it for a long time. But 2 Hunters go in there, 1 does manage to land, and a nice double movement actually also landing onto the survivors. But yeah, there's a closet down there, but I think they blocked it off in Pro Mod or Rotoblin at some point. I forget when they did, but it's a really dark place. I'm glad that we don't have to actually cover over there because there's no lights.
Talking about just left of the staircase if you're going towards the staircase?
Oh no, if you go back down the staircase, make a right when you go out of the bottom place. Yeah, and you have that little place there. Yeah.
I remember holding out there before, so...
I don't miss that. That was like terrifying because you'd have like 4 Hunters just waiting outside and you could hear them all pounce at the same time. And it's like, alright, they're going to come in here in a second. If 1 lands, we're done.
We have another quad cap coming in. Another potential for it to end right here with all this health bonus.
Indeed we do. So we have the Hunters passing the way around. Smoker's Tongue does break on Lewis, though. The Hunters work their way inside the shot, though. 1-2 landing, but 1 does get cleared. So that will be the quad cap shut down. Smoker grabbing the repull onto Lewis. Hunter getting skied out of there by Razor, along with Jaguar for the assist. And that will be the attack up and over with. And they still have the tank to deal with, though. Speaking of which, it is up now. And they're probably going to take it in the very default area, which is pretty much just this ring around the top area here. Yeah, indeed it is. They're setting up. Basically what you do here, for these guys that do not know L4D2 1 strats, Tank's going to commit through that doorway, and he's going to get funneled around here. The Survivor's going to kite him, and then the SI usually waiting on the back step there, or the back corner where Razor is. But with them blocking that, they probably will have to spawn from below. But regardless, let's go spectate the tank and see what he's up to. It's in the hands of Chris for Team Aniimu. We'll see what he has to do. Boomer landing a sneaky little boom there onto Zoe. And this tank will go ahead and commit right on him. Already down 1,400 HP, down to 4K now. And it's just some little chip here and there that's really doing that. Hunter gets out of there by Zoe, but the stumble does knock Zoe back into the tank. Nice double punch there, and he turns his attention over to Lewis there. But he did punch them all too far away, but this curve rock should find its mark easily. There it is. And another double. Oh, that was a single punch. I almost said it was double, but still good damage. Yeah, I thought it was actually going to be a triple for a second. Like, he was close to 3 of them, but then 2 backed away. Another stuff
He would have been so by himself on that hit. But that smoker.
Oh, yeah. That smoker was completely alone. We have Boomer proxying onto Bill in the front there, and Lewis finally catching up with his team. They will dip out of this window here on the side and make their way over to the safe room, but they will have one last attack, and it's going to be a quad.
Waiting. Just waiting for the high bounce to happen. Looks like we got 100 setting up already. Large amount of hordes. Looks like the car alarm goes off. 100 gets speeded. Another 100 jumping around. The smoker gets his second pull. Boomer gets popped, and that's the end of the hit right there.
Yeah, I did it. You're getting it. You're getting the hang of it. It's basically that. Just continue saying what's happening. Well, that's literally what I tell like anyone new to casting. I'm like, just say what's happening. You don't have to like make things up or compare them to oranges. Just just let it flow. But yeah, we'll see Team Clarity making the safe room with quite another hefty health bonus. It's actually going to be a 604 health bonus for them. And so we'll have to see what Team Aniimu can bring to the table here in this round as well. Because they're definitely still on the back foot coming into this. Because that was a nice health bonus by Clarity. But I'm pretty sure...
Ready up?
No,
Yep,
they're
there we go.
what they're doing is they're playing on Death Row servers. And it screws with my Ready Up bind. Because I have my Ready Up bound to my Spectate as well. Like it's the same bind, and it doesn't read the second part of the bind. I don't know why it does that on Virus' servers, but
Wait commands?
yeah. Well, no, it doesn't have void commands in it. It's literally just them listed with a comma separating them.
Well, this first hit here is going to be a smoker boomer and 200. That's all I got to say about that until they actually happen. So we'll see what happens here. Looks like they're going to slip past the main attack here. One pole gets back, pole gets eliminated, 2 boom, and that was the hit. Oh, repull. Now, Smoker dying last there is probably going to perpetuate a non-quad like we saw last round on this witch.
Yeah, they're most likely going to have another boomer here, as the boomer did die kind of out of order, if I'm not mistaken. Or did the boomer die first? I don't think it did.
Boomer died like 3rd, I want to say.
Yeah, so they're going to have another default setup here. Actually, it's going to be 3 hunters and a boomer, so a little bit of an iffy 3-1 here. Usually we see a 3-1 resulting with a smoker being that singular one. And there's a hunter here just scratching the hell out of the witch, trying to get her to aggro on the survivors, but they're not coming close enough. And they do finally shoot the witch, and they are going to go in. Boomer coming from behind, lands a double boom onto, actually triple boom onto 3 survivors. Hunter landing on the only non-boom survivor. 2 hunters landing, 3 looking for the pounce. The witch is dead though, and the 3rd hunter does land on the Francis on the backside of the train. That's going to be a lot of damage out on the Team Aniimu. 2 survivors down into the yellow, 1 into the red. Might be an incap. It is an incap. So there's your wish for you. Beautifully played there by Team Clarity, dishing out the damage there. I mean, they allowed Team Aniimu to get that kill on the witch, but definitely not undeserved.
I kind of like that hit. 3 hunters and a boomer.
Yeah,
it's a very high possibility of getting damage on one person. You're just really high.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part of actually Left 4 Dead 1 in all honesty, the 3-1 of the boomer. It's just something different. It's not something you see every day, but Hunter going in there, landing on to Zoe in the back, Smoker as well, just dishing out a little bit more damage onto them, or pre-tank I should say. And yeah.
I think they're going for another hit like that Smoker dying.
I actually,
Smoker? Yeah, you'll get another hit like this.
Yeah, I really enjoy the 3-1s with the boomers. It's really just something different. And if the boomer lands well like that one did, you can't get to your teammates fast enough to clear. So that's why a lot of teamwork matters here. But Hunter landing onto Lewis there very prematurely, though, way ahead of the rest of his team. Boomer walking in from the side, lands a long-range boom out onto Francis. And that will be all she wrote for that attack.
And that is non-health bonus right there, so he could just easily just pill up and move on past this. So This attack right here is really just prepping up for the tank. Looks like we're just seeing another attack coming in here, and it's going to be a quad cap. So they really have to. Looks like 100's going in, 201 getting skeeted, Smoker going in to kill himself, and
I think you're lagging out, if I'm not mistaken. Your mic is all robotic right now, and you're like breaking up. So yeah, I think Deep Ping's lagging out right now. So we'll wait. We'll go ahead and let him fix that really fast here. And as that happens, Survivors are pushing way up here. Hunter, being very sneaky inside the room, does land a single pass out onto Dubai. And actually, it was the Mumble that went down. That's strange. But regardless of that, we will see the Survivors making the way over into the safe room, or not the safe room. Are we back?
don't even know what happened. I guess I was like
no, the server cut out. It cut out for me
Okay.
too. So I think it was both of us. Yeah, everyone's reconnecting now. They cut out for you too?
Yep.
Alright. So it was actually the Mumble. But regardless of that, Survivor's making the way up towards the top, or I don't know what to call this, the top walkway, if you will. And Tank is actually going to pull something different here. This is something a lot of Left 4 Dead 1 teams did as well. The Tank's going to drop through the side window, which is behind him now because he's already committed. But Smoker gets a pull onto Zoe, brings him within range of the Tank, and Tank grabs one punch on her, putting in the slow range as well. Hunter's working the way in, looking to help stumble and make some distance close in here. Another pull onto Zoe will allow Tank to catch up again, but goes for Bill instead, gonna push him out towards the next doorway. And another punch onto Francis there, and that's some of the health bonus, and that was actually a really nice Tank. That was made by the SI.
Yeah.
Because that Tank literally had nothing if it wasn't for that Smoker and the Hunter.
Yep.
But regardless, we will see Team Aniimu making the way forward here. Still more. Did Lewis fall?
I got him.
Wait, he landed
Are they
that?
gonna have to go back? You're gonna have to go
Yeah,
back.
Oh, Boomer.
He's dead.
Boomer being a little bit sneaky there, popping himself out the window there onto Zoe and Francis. Smoker pull going in onto Bill. Luckily, Lewis did get the scheme of the Hunter. But it looks like
He is dead.
No, they're not going to leave him. They're actually going back.
Guys, I need some help.
I don't blame her. But I don't blame him. But I just don't see any way. They're gonna lose everything because they're all gonna be near, all slow at just a little bit. Actually, they're already all slow. So
Help!
unless the infected team just pretty much gives it to them here. So
Gonna get you back on your feet and
either way, that's gonna be the end of their health bonus.
Like, thanks.
Yeah, they're not going to have much health bonuses all working into this. But another DP goes in and lands out onto Francis, actually. And actually, it wasn't an in cap. Oh, there's a DP, though. One Hunter after another. Just landing down onto Francis's face. And Zoe gets pulled down. Now Francis is where Zoe was. And Zoe's not giving up. Zoe's going back.
Fucking, I'm not leaving her with that. You didn't leave me. I'm not gonna leave you.
Dark's literally just looking at them both like, can we just go?
Oh, he gets capped in the back. So looks like this is going to be their right around the score here, unless someone actually pushes forward. The respectful thing, of course, is actually just to play the game, but it's over.
Indeed it is. So that will be the round there for Team Aniimu. Really hard fought against Team Clarity, but Team Clarity reigning supreme there. Those 100 DPs, the chain that happened on Francis in the window was
I
insane.
have to remember that. Jeez.
I mean, there are some really big perks in Left 4 Dead 1, like just a Hunter combo DPs. Like there's a lot of stuff that actually goes in Left 4 Dead that people don't give credit for. Like Left 4 Dead 1 was a good game. It was really fun. It did have its downfalls though, obviously, but there are things that definitely still get me excited. Like chain DPs on the window. That's just like precision Hunter pouncing. And just like perfect timing. So he didn't even get to move. The moment he got out of the stand-up animation, he was in-capped again.
God frames and then another 25.
Pretty much.
So they earned that last one there. Of course, next time maybe the team might think about going inside, like I've seen a couple other teams do. Just a safer route in general.
Grabbing some pills.
Indeed. A lot of teams actually opt to actually walk down that stairwell. But with that being said, we're going to see Clarity on the Survivor half, walking the way right out of safe from 100 gang, shut down on the ground there. Didn't get the pounce. A nice tried proxy landing actually on the Survivors. But Bill Bill, aka Jaguar, manning up here and just taking down those hunters by himself. He literally just shot them while they were on the ground. I mean, not the most stylish ways of doing it, but regardless, he shut down that attack single-handedly pretty much, and that will allow his team to actually move up to the gas station. And with that...
Now
oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it looks like we're going to see a witch just maybe within the, what is that area called, with the hittable?
The
storage
warehouse?
area. Warehouse, there we go. 50%, does that sound right to you? No, she's going to be...
That might be in the hallway, right outside the warehouse. But regardless, Team Clarity moving their way forward here. Attack does come in, but the smoker gets instantly cleared. Saves Francis from taking that fall damage, and a double boom does actually connect onto them as well. So that will tunnel the horde out onto Francis and Zoe, but that's really not that big of a problem, as they're already pretty much surrounded by horde from the event. And yeah, Team Clarity pushing their way through the warehouse here.
I have a feeling we're going to see some other 25 in this hallway here. Let's see where they're set up now.
Oh,
quick crown.
Sneaky little hunter. They're going in, as you said, for that quick crown was Zoe, but that hunter was right on top of it. But that didn't deter Zoe at all. She went in head hard and just went for that crown and grabbed it. That was a hell of a crown, because she was actually aggroed and in the process of swinging. I can't believe he actually hit that.
Look at the points here. Dark Angel just needs 1 point. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Really good protecting teammates.
Yeah, Team Aniimu just not having any luck, but it looks like Zoe might have crashed here. Rugby's not moving in the back, and I wonder if his team actually knows about this. In fact, they should bet. Team Aniimu only going on the survivors on the front here, but Rugby is now moving again. Okay.
She said, "Hold on, guys. I'll be fine back here."
Hold on, guys.
Go on without me.
I gotta respond. Someone typed me something.
Ammo here.
But with that being said, we're going to have a tank up in the hands of Don Arnie for Team Aniimu here. And we'll see what he actually decides to make happen here. I know there's some sneaky paths here up in the ceiling for the tank to take, but it looks like he's just going to go man mode and push straight in the front door. But we'll see how this actually decides to pan out.
Respect.
I respect like 3 times. Hopefully it fixed it. But tank taking a little bit of chip here, down 300 HP already. Zoe getting that good chip in, and she's going to get pushed right out of the room, and the stars will start backpedaling as they kite the tank. As that coming here, tongue getting cut immediately by the teammates of Clarity. And 100 landing, a nice double stumble, and a double punch followed up by another double punch, actually a single there. And Tank's going to go and push in, looks to throw a rock now, but he's already dead. Like, I don't know, this, I gotta say, there's something with one of the plugins that isn't working, because it does not seem consistent, the damage.
No. Really close up. I mean, I'd like to do a test on this mod and just see, you know, the distance variance between, because I would say about virtually in the game, if you were to calculate out maybe 3 car lengths, something like that, the damage seems about right, but anything closer than that just seems insane.
Yeah, like they were just staying up really close to the tank, and he got destroyed. He dropped like 5,000 HP by the time he got up that little hill where they were backing up. And it was like, I don't even know how that's possible. But regardless, Team Clarity making it easy work of that tank, walking their way in the safe room, having a little bit of a trouble and a hard time.
24. Am I seeing that right? 924? Yep, 924.
Oh, the health bonus? I was like, what is he looking at, 924? But yes, that is going to be a 924 health bonus. That is absolutely astronomical, actually. And so that's going to put Team Clarity up at a score of 36-16 for the map thus far. And now we'll see what Team Aniimu can bring up and, you know, show off here. If it would actually rating me up, that'd be great. There we go. Okay, now it respecs me again.
Yeah. You gotta start off.
Oh, the respecs are real. But yeah, so we will wait here for a minute as the team's already up. One more player already up, Nico, and then we will be ready to actually get the second half underway of the third map. Once again, guys, you were watching the Rotoblin Cup number 3, Clarity from the European nations going up against Team Aniimu, also from Europe. And thank you guys for joining us. But with that, we are live here. Boomer going in right away, lands a single boom out onto Bill here. And that's going to cause the rest of the survivors to try and group back up here. But Smoker does pull Zoe back away. A nice DP, 21 damage out onto Lewis. And that's going to do quite a number. And a quad bag happening right on the survivors as Boomer drops down into them.
What the hell are you doing, Francis?
That was a lot of damage. That was more damage than they did pre-tank.
Yeah, by far. I mean, Team Aniimu has a long way to go to catch up right now. But I mean, once again, you look at the names on Team Clarity and their name in of itself. Team Clarity is really well known, big name team. They were always known as a heavy hitter. I mean, you just look at the names: Nico, Rugby, Razor, Jaguar. The names do justice themselves. But yeah. So it looks like another attack is going to make its way in here. The Hunter Gang skied out of there by a doobie. Another Hunter Gang dead stopped and pushed away there by Bill. Boomer popped. Another one skeeted. And that will be the attack. Indeed. That will be the attack up and over with. Really, really well played here by Aniimu. That attack was taken much more cleanly than the previous attack.
Looks like a smoker was trying for a little window pull there. Didn't quite make it.
Actually, no attack gonna make its way in here though. Smoker does land a pull. Ooh, the Hunter getting stumbled though, and Bill managed to get killed off because of that stumble. But the Boomer does still land on the Bill. But I don't think that was an even trade.
I would save that smoker for Twitch if you can. Get back and respawn. Gonna need it. That smoker does anything anymore with these kind of quality of teams, but.
Dark, making quick work of that witch, drawing it right away the moment he saw it, and once again that will be the witch dealt with. And they do have that smoker, and obviously Aniimu knows that they did save that smoker, but they can't be certain if it's going to be a quad or if it's still going to be a standard hit based off of that. And it will in fact be a standard hit here. They do still have that Boomer, so we'll see what Team Clarity can actually do here in a second. They start dropping down. The attack comes in from above. 2 Hunters, 1 Smoker. 1 Hunter does get killed off, though, so that does nullify any danger, really, of the survivors getting all capped up here. Boomer does land down below, though.
Hey, man, that's not
Ammo here.
I do like for the spectators, it does say who is going to be tank, which is nice. That's one thing that
Ammo
just
here.
now noted. She says who's going to be tank, which is nice pre-tank to not just the players seeing that, actually the casters as well.
So I was just looking at something, but yeah. So we will be up here with the tank in the hands of Razor. He's waiting right around the corner from the survivors. And he is ready to commit right onto them. We're going to see the survivors definitely cut away from him. Smoker goes in, looks for the pole, grab the ball, and Francis bring him back closer to the tank. And they do know that the tank's right there now, obviously, but they won't push him because this is a horrible place to get caught in. So they'll play it nice and slow for right now, wait for the next spawn to come up. Boomer getting popped, though, and that's going to put a big dent into the plans of Team Clarity. I mean, if Aniimu can make it with this health bonus, like if they can absolutely destroy this tank, they'd still only be winning the round by like 160 points. So I don't know how plausible that is, but they got to make some sort of miracle happen here to keep this game close. And just like that, we'll see the tank start to commit here. Smoker looking for pull, though, not going to find anything for his tank buddy. And the Hunters will work their way in here. Smoker does grab pull onto Bill here. Now Tank's going to go ahead and turn his attention over to Bill. Hunter does land on the Francis in front here, though. So Tank will go ahead and cover that. 1 rock landing onto Zoe. Looks for another punch onto Francis. Will grab it. He could end cap Chris here, and he's going to do just that. 1 more punch will do it, but he gets killed off just before getting the next punch. And they will actually go ahead and actually opt to down Francis, which is interesting. Because you don't see a lot of teams in Left 4 Dead 1 actually wanting to go for incaps. They want to try and keep everyone from incaps, because incaps do lower your HP by quite a unrecoverable number.
We're going to see everyone up here for the top hit, which we did not last round.
Indeed. And this can actually be pretty detrimental. Luckily, though, it's a standard hit, so it does leave a wide opening here for Team Aniimu to actually make it past here relatively unharmed when compared to a quad cap. But attack comes in. Smoker, Hunter landing. Boomer landing on 2 people as well. A DP, 19 damage. Out onto Zoe. And actually, Boomer goes down the ladder for some reason. Another DP coming in, but gets out of there by Doobie. But the damage has been done. Aniimu's HP got absolutely obliterated from that attack. And they're going to be probably walking in here with around like a 400 health bonus at this point. And indeed, they will walk right in uncontested at the very last part. And actually a 492, so not as bad as I thought. But still, you look at the scores, they're 1,300 points down right now going into the final map.
Really not going to say that's all she wrote, because this next one, the second half, is worth a lot, and it's not very long. Right after the elevator, is that right? About 50% is the elevator on this one. So we very well could see a comeback on this. It just depends on the tank spawn, the witch spawns, and how they take it.
Yeah, with any luck, this tank will be very early here, and that will be a godsend for Team Aniimu. All they got to do at that point is get the wipe on Team Clarity, and then we have to see them make the map with a huge health bonus. I mean, they're not out of the woods by any means, but an early tank here could be a big opening for them.
We're looking at 40%, so pre-elevator.
40, yeah, that's... I'm trying to think of
right
where exactly...
before the button.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where exactly 40 is, though, like... I know he's going to spawn by the elevator, but I think they have to go, like, to the top of the circuit. But anyway, we are going live here with the final map of the campaign. Smoker spawns in the background. Boomer runs in and grabs a nice double proxy. 200's looking for pounces. One finds it, and the other one gets scared out of there. With the Smoker not finding any luck here with this tongue. And another Hunter landing there. And actually a lot of scratches happening. Jaguar and Rugby taking quite a bit of chip there. Good God. I've been streaming too long today. But, yeah. So we've seen an attack coming in here. Bill eating the boom there. And a Hunter grabbing a really nice pounce out onto... Actually, 3 Hunters landing. That's going to be a lot of damage. And as you said, a tri-cap happening. And Zoe eating it the hardest. Pounced away from the rest of the survivors. And she wasn't anywhere close to being rescued. And then Rugby actually ended up being a Hunter as well. So just delayed it further. And there's Tank. And yeah, it's a stairwell, I thought. Oh no, it's the actual edge of that room. I think he went to the doorway. But yeah, Tank will be up in the hands of Dark Angel here yet again. Really cool guy, streams a lot, and I'll probably be playing with him a bit after this game ends. But he's going to go ahead and push himself in there. No, he's actually going to opt to run around and look for some rocks at first.
See, I thought about this, and if they weren't pushing him right here, I would think almost it would be a good idea if they were backing it off a little bit, is actually drop around the first floor and come up behind them. But again, you don't really have the upper mobility of being able to throw rocks from there. We'll see how this tank tries to get this rock here. Skeeted by Dark Angel. Brought to you by Charleston Chew. Anyone watches Futurama? Me?
If I was this tank, I'd probably just drop down the elevator shaft 1 floor. Because you can just commit through the elevator shaft. Actually, it's 2 floors. My mistake. Oh no, it is 2 because the door's still open on the other side as well.
Yep.
But yeah, so the tank's going to go ahead and push himself in there once again in the hands of Dark Angel here for Team Aniimu. Really the last hope of defeating Clarity. And Bill will go ahead and push up against the telephone booth here. He's going to take an end cap, but the tank has no support, down to 2,500 HP, and is getting absolutely destroyed right now by the shotguns of Team Clarity. And Clarity's not even going to pick up Bill. They're just going to go for the surround on the tank. Ooh, tank taking a bunch of chip there through the wall, around 1,500 damage. But Boomer comes in to give him a little bit of relief, lands a boom onto Bill. Hunter getting skeeted there by Zoe, and now the tank's AI, and this tank cannot end well. And yeah, tank's going to go ahead and die off.
Did what he needed to do for the most part.
That was the best AI tank in the world. And yeah, Team Clarity just beasting their way past another tank. Yet again, Clarity, probably one of the stronger teams in this tournament, along with Liechtenstein. And I actually really hope we see them next round. I'm not too sure who they're going to be playing in the semifinals, because I mean, we can pretty much say that at this point, Team Clarity's won. But another attack coming in here, though. Boomer landing onto Bill. Hunter getting picked out of the air as they tried walking down the hallway. Or kicking down the hallway, I should say. And, yeah, nothing really coming from it. But I actually hope that we see Liechtenstein and Clarity in the finals if they make their next matches. But either way, when they do meet, if they do, it's going to be an amazing game. They're 2 very skilled teams, and I actually don't know who would win. Liechtenstein's been the team for longer, but Clarity has some big names. Regardless, so hunters all working their way in here though, not finding anything though. All the hunters got skeeted.
Yep.
Yeah, only one hunter actually managed to set foot inside of that operating room. Other than that, everything getting shut down.
I don't know about you, but I like watching mid to high tier team, not like super high, because it just becomes a thing where, okay, they got 3,600 health bonus there on that map, and then opposed to the 3,200 health bonus of the other team. It just gets kind of monotonous. But whenever people actually start taking attack, especially high ping games, are just so exciting to me to watch.
I mean, I guess it could go both ways though, because at the same time, when you're watching a high tier game, usually the survivor play is on point, and then whenever they make any mistake, you just normally point it out, because it's like if someone eats a jockey and they were separated, that's a big deal because you're so far separated from everyone that you're pretty much screwing your team.
This is true. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean,
this is also.
So yeah, lower games have like more attacks that land, but at the same time, like that means that the starter play is not as good. Whereas with higher games, it's kind of a trade-off, I guess, where less attacks will land, but when they do, it's a bigger deal because the other team's not gonna make those same mistakes or eat it that way. But regardless, Bill's gonna walk in here, grab the quick crown, good crown by him, and they will make the safe room. But the Aniimu's not too happy right now. Ooh, they're actually going for a death pounce there.
I saw that.
Like, there's so many things in this game that I forgot, and I didn't realize that he was actually going for that until I saw the smoker actually spawn.
I didn't. I saw him go up. I was like, oh, I know what he's going for.
I was like, yeah, pretty much what the smoker was looking to do there. I'll show once the round ends. I'll just run back over there really fast and show you guys. But yeah, so we'll see Team Clarity making their way up to the safe room here. One last brief attack working his way in there. Actually, Smoker pulling back there. There's two hunters waiting in the wings, but they both get absolutely ragdolled by Team Clarity. And that will be safe room for them walking in there. And that will seal the deal there for Clarity. I think it's mathematically impossible for Aniimu to win at this point. But Clarity will walk in with a 504 health bonus. And we'll go ahead and, I'll go ahead and navigate over there. And you guys can see what he was actually trying to do with that smoke. So, if we come back here, I'm not going to speed up the cam. We'll just take it nice and slow.
Why am I looking at it? I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we come back over here. You can get pulled up these cement bags, and when you get up to the top, the 100 pounces, and it knocks the survivors off pretty much. There we go. I had to like spam ready up. Yeah, it's the whole when the 100 pounces somewhere, it keeps going in that direction pretty much. But regardless, yet again, my voice is actually getting sore from talking
Double
so
boom
much.
coming in, and it looks like we're going to see a little bit of smoke. They're just going for wall pounces here. Scratches. He's just going for scratches. Which work. I mean, a few points at a time, you scratch them enough, they're going to go down.
Pretty much. I mean, that's all you gotta do. Clarity might just go for scratches the entire time. Scratches were incredibly effective in Left 4 Dead 1.
The old style French vanilla when you're way ahead.
The Shire.
Oh.
Shire is so old school. Hunter going in though, not finding anything, immediately destroyed by Team Aniimu. And it looks like they're just trying to get the tank up right now, and they do find it finally. But one more hunter did get killed off. Boomer also not finding anything, but one scratch does land out on the survivors.
Scared the shit out. Came out from the wall. Tank's all swinging his arm. Like, whoa. Backed out with my camera. I really want to see him go all the way down here. Oh, he is. Yes. With the sound the way Left 4 Dead is, they have no way of telling if he's above or below until he shows himself. Until now.
Yeah, I mean, really the only way that they could actually tell is by the vibrations. I mean, if they stood close enough, they could probably tell, well, it feels pretty strong, actually, so he's probably, closer than above us. But that'd be a very minute detail that would be hard to pinpoint. But now they do know, as they obviously saw him, and it's in the hands of Rugby, aka Miro's Hater, #1. And he's going to go and push his way in now. One pole does land, but a nice tri-boom landing on the other three survivors. 100 latching onto Francis on the staircase. Now Lewis is joining him on the staircase, but that's going to be a double punch for the tank. Actually missing Lewis, though, actually. But now Francis is going to be his main target. He knows that Francis was going to jump and waited for it. Gets the hit on him, grabs another one on Lewis, and that will be the tank. But, I mean, health destroyed.
Yep. Yeah, this is GG at this.
Yeah, I mean, it was mathematically impossible when the round started, but now it's just like adding salt to the wound, pretty much.
Never heard of the word hope. Hope? Come on, kiss me. Hope.
But But numbers, it's math.
Hope.
You can't prove math wrong.
Hope.
1 + 1 is 2.
Ooh.
And yeah, so we'll see and wait for the next attack to actually ready up here. We're gonna have 2 hunters along with 2 unknown spawns, as they're both currently dead and in the process of getting their spawns back up. It might be a
Quad cap, let's do this.
Miro with the ceiling pounds. He actually didn't know he was gonna do it that well. He just stopped
That
in
is,
front of them.
So hard to do here, just because of the exam room sign. I've tried this here before. Actually, this is where I accidentally did it once. My first time, I was like, what the hell? I'm just sailing across the ceiling and I ran into one of those little exam room signs. I'm like, oh. Where I learned how to do it. I mean, I honestly didn't even know anything about it. No how-to videos or anything.
Yeah, that was actually really interesting. I've never seen someone actually decide to do Superman pounce in a hospital. That's actually new. That's interesting. And you go pretty fast too, because you're just constantly pouncing.
yeah.
But yeah, another hunter laying on to loose here. Everything else piling inside of the elevator. 2 hunters do land, and another hunter repounces loose outside of the elevator. A lot of damage being pushed down onto Team Aniimu, but they will finally make it into the elevator and close that door. But I mean, that door's only opening up to more hell on the other side.
We've been immune so far, but, well, if I start to turn, promise you'll shoot me.
What if just your beard starts?
Where is this server? Just out of my own curiosity.
Who's gonna survive this?
I believe this is one of the Death Row servers, and I believe it's in Western Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
It's one thing you're missing with Leopard Dead 1 style on here. There used to be that, what is that, hole in the roof?
Oh yeah, they plugged up the hole in
insane
the
bounces.
elevator. I remember that.
The entity, the problem is that the elevator entity in Leopard Dead 2 is closed, so it's not like they can import the elevator entity. It would just screw everything else up.
That was the glitchiest elevator ride of my life.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
I have vertigo now. That hurt my eyes. But Francis running in here for the crown will not find. Will instead find a hunter and the witch in tow. Another hunter landing though with the boomer double booming on 2 of the survivors. Oh, Francis was
You
on
got
the
so
brink.
close to dying.
Yeah, one more claw would have put Chris out of commission there. But Aniimu being on their teammates' tails will help clear that witch off him. And yeah,
We're gonna have a hit here. We're gonna have one more full hit. So, 2 players slow here. Ideally, going for scratches gets him down. That's what I would do. Oh, this is my favorite method. My favorite method, Hunter. Stay there. Oh, wow. Got walled.
is that hunter actually hiding in the safe room,
Yeah,
or is
he's
he?
in the safe room.
Oh no, he's just in the same room. I thought he was hiding behind one
He's
of the
got a wall
sandbags.
Going for some scratches. I do that all the time when my team's losing in this round. Just go in the safe room with the hunter and just stand there and wait for him to find me.
Indeed. So we will see Team Aniimu make the safe room, but too little, too late. Team Clarity winning the game, 4,720 points to the 3,179 of Team Aniimu. And yeah, that should do it for now. I mean, thoughts on that game?
No, I'm sorry. I was reading chat for a second there. No, first time actually casting a Leopard Dead 1 style game. So interesting. Nice to recall the hits again. But yeah, they just dominated. Can't